Hello everybody. I don't know how well you can see it. I got a box here of just some oddball chunks of Jeff City. You can see some of some pretty good flint. You find a lot of these little nodules out here where I live like this. You're not ever going to get anything big like that. Pieces. Some of it may just explode when I hit it. Some of it may have some decent color in it like that. Not really sure. Might get a little cahokie or something out of it, but I've already went through all the bigger stuff and I ended up with these little pieces left. So I'm going to look around, play around in this box. If it ain't no good, I'll throw it in the bucket, and maybe I'll get a biface or two. We'll see. This is just some of the stuff I pick up out there on the farm. This is some of the little stuff that's left after I kind of went through the other stuff. That's got some pretty color in it, if you can see it. Hopefully you can see that pretty good in the camera. It's got browns and grays in it. It's pretty wonky, but it might make a nice little point if it's solid. So same with this one. I like the color in that. I think I'll start with that one. Actually, set this bad boy down. And my goal is going to be to try to get some little bifaces. You get some really unique colors in this stuff sometimes, like that one's got pinks in it and it's got a brown bullseye in it, which is kind of neat. Hope you can see that. They're never going to be big old points, and then you'll get stuff that's got some different coloration in it, different banding and stuff like that. Pretty neat. That's just roughed in, really roughed in biface. It's got a bad spot in it right there, so it may get really short, but it might make a cahokia too. Who knows? They are definitely my favorite point. And every once in a while, I'll find a piece that's got black in the center of it like that, and that's pretty rare. I don't find much of that at all. So no matter how small it is, if I find one with that black and brown, sometimes it'll have a lot of gray in it too. I will definitely always try to keep anything that's salvageable out of that, but you never know what you're going to find. So I'm just going to get me a little bopper and turn my camera here just a little bit, maybe get a little more centered up, hopefully. Get me a bopper and see what I can do with some of this stuff. I don't even know if I need a leg pad on this. Like I said, this stuff is usually plumb full of fractures. Like that's in the cortex there, but still there. And that's extremely common. You'll find that it's not really something you do, it's just defective. You can see all that orange in it right there. So you chunk that piece and you take the bigger piece and go again. You can't let this stuff disappoint you, because it's pretty much going to do it. But boy, when you get a good piece, it really flakes nice. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but there's something about the colors and stuff in this that just really, I really like. And it's free. Can't go wrong with free flint, right? Nice. Well, it's got some neat color in it. Took a big chunk off that hump there. Try to hit it up here and see if I can do the same thing, run a flake down that ridge, thin it out a little bit. Yep, it broke. I didn't hit high enough on it. Yep, that was me. All me. I done a little video a while ago here showing some of my rock off that I've collected, or bought, collected, and I think I forgot to turn the camera on. How many of you guys have done that? That'd be a good thing for you to put in the comments if you got a channel, because I'm betting I'm not alone. Ooh, it's got an imperfection in it right there. Hopefully it's not all the way through. Probably may tie into this stuff. Don't know. Probably better off with indirect, but like I said in my last video, I'm trying to get better with a bopper. 4.9 ounce. Stuff's tougher than this is untreated or unheat treated. It still flakes good though. This brown stuff does, or brown earth stuff. That ain't a very good edge to be hitting. What are you doing, Jim? Nice little flake. This is where I run into trouble on this little stuff with a bopper. I almost always have to go to indirect to get anything on these little small pieces. I tear too much up. Ooh, got me a nice little crystal pocket there if you can see it. Everybody loves crystal pockets, right? Nothing happened. Here we go. Yeah, I wish it would have took a little more, but I'll take what I get, I guess. I can see now where this is going. Ain't gonna be much left, doesn't look like. Get my 5/16 inch rod, rounded on one end, tapered a little bit more on the other end for a little more accuracy. God knows I need all that I can get. Yeah, she stopped, but I think it's just it'll come out of there. You can see it's partially done, loose. There it went. That and some more. Gotta get this turtle back off if I can. And she's still pretty wonky. I know I'm gonna lose this here, and ain't got no choice but to lose it, so maybe I won't lose too much of it. Take some short flakes. It's gonna need thinned anyway. Maybe set me up something to hit the other direction in a minute. Alright, I'm gonna have a marble in a minute. Getting real close. I don't know how many of y'all have actually tried to nap these little bitty pieces, but they don't give you a lot of room to work. I imagine most people just throw it away and go get one of them big old pieces and try to make something like that instead of something like that. But I actually had more practice on this little stuff than these bigger pieces. I need to work on this a little bit more too, though. That's that belt and shirt. Well, that's some pretty stuff. Pretty stuff. I need to make something out of that. But the one thing, it ain't no big deal if I just it's got some weirdness right here. I don't know if it tried to dive or if it's just in the rock. It looks like it's got a bulb of percussion kind of sticking up right there. Wouldn't surprise me with this stuff. I've found that several times in this rock. It's been tumbled around. Kind of thought that would go. Apparently it don't want to. Tougher than an old pine knot. Well, that side's pretty flat now. If I can get this other side to cooperate, I'll have a ittle bitty pendant, maybe. But that's all right. I like little points. I don't know how many people watching are going to want to like little points, but you'll probably see a lot of that on here. Ooh, that's not good. That's got some uglies in it. That might be an end game. We'll see, but I bet it is. Go ahead and just hit it and see what happens. Yeah. Maybe not. Some of it come out, but there's still some in there, so we'll find out shortly, I reckon. All right. Now, I'm just playing with some little rocks. See if I can't get some of this hump out of here and get some of that mass off of it. A couple pretty decent. I don't know if I can get under that and go through it or not, but we're gonna find out. Well, if I can hang on to it, but I got a chunk of it out. Ooh. That might have been more than I wanted right there. That's what it does though. Sometimes it'll just really get carried away, and sometimes it just, your tool just like bounces off of it. It took me a long time to get anywhere with this kind of material to learn on. But for no bigger a piece than it is, I'm having to hit it pretty hard, pretty fast. But I still like messing with it. Still got that spot in there. We'll see. Yeah. And then every once in a while, it'll just run a flake across it and overshoot on you, and you're like, what? How'd that happen? But anyway, there's a little piece to start with. A little warm-up piece maybe. And I thought this was pretty cool. The colors in it is just crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to get anything out of it, so I may just leave it like it is. And I had these, only ones of these I found like this, but just the color, it almost reminds me of Flint Ridge or something. It's just really pretty stuff. Might get something out of it. I don't know. Pretty stuff though. The only piece of that I found out there. But sometimes you'll get something that it don't nap worth a flip. It just all breaks up and crunchy, but man, it's got some pretty color. I don't know if I can do anything with that or not. I can make it smaller. It's got these lines in it right here. I figure it's going to snap right down that coloration before I'm done. Sure it will when it starts thinning out a little bit. If it thins out a little bit. But yeah, see, that was a hard hit, and it just went in there and hit that line and broke. That's what it was doing to me before while I put it down. I don't guess it got any better while I let it sit in there. That one crossed it from that direction anyway. Cleaned a little ugly up. Oh look, I hit over here and that whole thing broke off that side. That's what I figured would happen before it was over. You can see how grainy it is in there. But no loss because I was expecting it, but I just thought the coloration was really nice in that piece. But I know where that's going. It's going in that box over with all the other ones that didn't turn out like I wanted them to. Let's find another one. something that maybe ain't quite so challenging. There we go. We'll just try this little nodule, see if it's solid. See what kind of surprises we can have in here. If you can see it, they're just little, I call them little egg looking nodules, and they got nice clean flint in them sometimes, and then sometimes it'll be almost all Cortex. You just don't never really know. But we're just going to go straight to indirect on this one. Don't think I'll get anywhere with this with a bopper. Maybe I send it to Stone Hooks. I bet he could do something with a bopper. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Usually by the time you get the Cortex off, you just about got a biface. And every once in a while, you have several pieces, because it'll just decide to go all cattywampus on you. But some of these are solid. When you find a solid one, they're pretty nice flint, shirt, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that wasn't even hard to hit all and run all the way up in there, but it's got me an edge to work. You can see this one's got really thin Cortex on it. Nice. Pretty good flake. Took that whole top off right there off that one corner. If you can see it, I lost what, 32nd of that little edge right there. Took that whole flake off. That's why I love indirect. I can't do that with a bopper. There's guys that can. I watch Stone Hooks all the time and just shake my head like, man, I have no idea how you do this. But I would say lots and lots of practice. Kind of like what I've done on here with the indirect. Lots and lots of practice. Turn this edge a little bit. Ooh, didn't mean to get that much. Just knowing the characteristics of this rock, I don't know how many 5-gallon buckets of this stuff I napped to try to figure it out, but it was a bunch. And a lot of it was just crud. Let's see if I can't clean this side up and get that little ugly edge off, and I'm gonna call that a biface, because that's what it'll be, I guess. Gotta run a flake in there and get some of that tip off. Yep, just like that. Just like that. I got a couple ridges here, a couple opportunities, one back here, take some of that off. I don't got a lot to come in this side with, so I hope I can get it from this side. Definitely got some good ridges there to follow. See what happens. Oh, I liked a little bit, dang it. Might have messed me up for this one too, because it's going to hit that and probably stop. I might get under it. Got it pressed up against the back of my hand back here. Try to get that flake to run longer. A little inward pressure and voila, maybe. I'm galling it. That's a voila. Sorry, Patrick, I stole your words, but I'm taking that one. Forever I couldn't figure out why people did that. And then I done it one time. It's just kind of fun. I don't know if that's why they do it, but that's why I do it. That didn't do much. What there was a missed opportunity. Little thin flake, kind of hinged a little bit. Nothing I can't get rid of. I'm used to those. Probably shouldn't be, but I am. I know why too. Because I mess up and I have to fix it. I heard Danny saying one time he couldn't wait till he learned how to make arrowheads instead of fix them. Boy, that rang true. Way truer than I wish it would have, but I so get what he was saying. Kind of just a dull tan color. It's not real shiny, but I mean it's napping really well. It's cooperating. It's a little biface, kind of odd shaped right now, but good enough for right now. It's a piece anyway, right? Set it over there and see if there's another one like that in there. Now this is a challenge. It's just square edged all the way around. Broke. It might have a crack in it right here. But you see that red in the center? I want it. I may not get it. It might be that one little tiny spot. But I want it. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and mess up right off the bat. Get the bopper back out. Maybe I can run some flakes and get some chunks out of this. Take some of these edges, square edge out. Maybe. Not near as much as I wanted. Kind of crumbly right there. Oh well. It's a start, right? I'd probably do it again right there. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it ran a little ways. Wonder where that stopped. She's getting a little more, I want to say a little more of something. Trying to get some of the thickness down without square edging, you know, zigzagging the whole thing and losing all the width. It ain't got much width, and dang sure ain't got much length, but we'll see what we get. It's good practice even if I don't get anything out of it, so I always try to remember that. Maybe I'll hit it somewhere where I learn something. Try to learn something out of every piece, whether that's crunchy-ola right there. Ooh, not a good not good. It's not good. It's something else. There we go. Got in there a little bit then, but took some meat out of it. Way over halfway across, but look in there. Don't think she's going to survive. That's usually not a good sign. It may just be this little end right here, and there's a hump there, so if it is, that's all right, but we'll find out here very shortly. Ooh, there's that I was after right there. That's why I picked this piece. I want that color, that red right in the center. I don't know if there's enough of it to save. It goes in there a pretty good way, so I definitely need to quit working this side as much and take it off this side, if at all possible. You know, sometimes it just don't go the way you want it to. But sometimes it does too. I don't figure most snappers would even mess with a little piece like this, but they are definitely a challenge. But I want to be able to nap big pieces and little pieces. It's kind of weird how that just shot out through there. Right in line with that little flake too. We'll see. Looks like that red's bleeding over to this side a little bit. Maybe it goes all the way through. That'd be sweet. I was telling myself before I hit that, grind it down a little bit, Jim. But no. Did I listen? Nope. Guess what? I didn't get anything either. Well, I did. I got a mess. Ooh. Overshot. How much did I lose? If it's the tip, make this the tip. I'll be alright, I guess. Definitely overshot. Dang the luck. I can't afford to be losing nothing out of this one. My brain's saying do better. Ain't gonna be much left. But wasn't a whole lot to start with, just to be honest. And it's kind of one piece. I don't know why, but we get a little piece like this, and somehow or another I managed to pull off a little point out of it, and then I'll get a big old piece, and I managed to screw it up so bad I get another little piece. It's what you're used to, I suppose. Look like a little crack. Yeah, I wanted that to go a little farther, but I also didn't want it to overshot and take this whole side out, so I guess it's right at halfway. I'll live with it. It's kind of the option I have. Not good. Not what I wanted. Man, they could have went in there and took some of that out for me. It'd been nice. It's got some whatever that little spot right there is. I don't know if that's from bulb percussion or what, but it don't look good. And then I got this little crunchy stuff to take care of and a little thickness here. So I'm probably going to have to lose a little length right here to have something to hit on the base again. But this stuff, it's not like hitting obsidian from the base. You can, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I think you can tell. I'm actually hitting this fairly hard for no bigger than this piece is, and trying to hit it fast. That way it the flake just comes off instead of you know, grabbing and pulling and breaking and stuff. I just want it to do like that, and there we go. That done a lot right there. Took that whole edge off. Still didn't want to take that spot. Probably picked that out, just to be honest. Huh. I just ordered some, what is it called? It's that silicatized ash from Nevada. I just bought a bunch of small flakes, 2 small flat rate boxes Curtis Smith was selling, and he's usually got pretty good stuff, and I ain't never tried it, so figured I'd buy the small box and see if I like stuff before I go buy a big box of the stuff when he sells it. But maybe I'll do a video on it. It'll probably be here. Well, he melted off yesterday, so it'll be here before I get back. I gotta go to work this week. I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so probably won't be making any more videos. Well, at least not down here. Come on, give me a break. I can see right now that spot is probably just going to be a permanent fixture. It's still there. All them hits are just going right by it. They won't take it off for whatever reason. A little wonky still. Not terrible. For what I started with, but I did manage to keep that color in there. I am going to try one more flake right in here and try to come up under that and pop that ugliness off. Maybe one right down that edge. Yeah, let's do it first. Well, I got some of it. I had to come in from the side now, but that's all right. That's not as scary as the base. This is probably not going to work, but did it do it? Gone. She gone. She gone, and she is gone. There we go. A fluted side, and just a little thing out of a little square piece of rock. But fun to play with. Some of this stuff isn't very big. Let's try that one. Looks like it's got some cool color going for it. Wait, good. It's a little longer than the one I had a while ago. Got some uglies going on. That may be all kinds of a mess up under there. Got a little more Cortex. Not a lot, but it's not terrible, but it's got some. Might make a nice little piece out of that. Maybe. Just maybe. You never know. If it ain't all cracked up in there, it looks like it may be good. Alright, now let's see what I can do with this other side. This ought to be the one that tells me how crunchy it is in there. Yeah, take that off. Didn't like that very much. It's a little chalky right there. Maybe something going on there. That little wine may have something in it. A couple of those in there. We'll see shortly, I guess. I hope it's solid though. Yeah, that didn't quite do what I wanted. Ooh. It did reveal some ugly though. There's a crack or something going right there. Not what I was wanting to see in this piece. It was starting to give me a little false hope there that it was going to be decent. Maybe it doesn't go all the way through. This next flake right in here might tell me a little bit about it. Or the tip will come off, who knows. Yeah, it just keeps running all the way down that edge. But, I mean, it's still possible that it's going to get narrower, right? But it might still make a little length. Depends on how far it goes. How deep it goes, I should say. I don't see it in this side. So. How long have we been going? 39 minutes already. Wow. Oh. Not my fault, see? It's not my fault. I had an inclusion right there. You know, except for the parts I'm the one to hit it. That's the only part of it that's my fault. Rest of it, nope, not me. Wasn't me. Probably gonna do that again over here on this crack before it's over. Maybe not though. It curves right around. Probably some of the same thing that was wrong with it where the tip came off. Now, I'm gonna have to cut this off here in a second. I'm at 40 minutes. That's a pretty long video already. Nice bold flake here. I like this material for that. You can do that on it sometimes. it'll let you knock the tar out of it sometimes. And get you some nice bold flakes on it. But usually it's so small, by the time you get it sharpened, there ain't no boldness left. There's some color, a little bit. Just doing a little bit more thinning on it here before I shut the camera off, or refining it, I guess you could call it. Man, I'm so glad my shoulder ain't hurt. This one might have some more of that stuff going in there. That side looks like a decent biface, but this side's definitely got some issues. You see those cracks there? They're going to rear their ugly head before it's over. I know this flint way too well. Like that right there. Just went right and just, that's all she had. They cause problems. I guess they're like that in all flint, but I believe I could make a Clovis if I could find a big piece. This stuff runs basil flakes like that all the way across it. So easy. I don't even try. And sometimes I do it. I don't mean to. And you see what I mean? It just messes my flake scars up though. A lot of times. And I'm not even trying to run a long flake, but for some reason I have really good luck at doing that. Just on this. I try to set up a flute and yeah, well, it's not really what I get. I get a look at it like, what is that? Well, it's a nice wintry day outside. I hope everybody is staying warm. I went for a little drive a while ago just to take a look around and see, the snow wasn't too bad. The roads aren't that bad around here right now. We'll see what they are by tomorrow though, because the worst of it's supposed to get here tonight, I think. But I took a little video. There's seen some deer. I kind of figured they'd all be hunkered down. And I went out to my cabin. I think I even said that on the video, that they're probably all bedded down in this, but apparently they weren't, because I've seen several. Seen a lot more than I got video of, because when you stop your truck driving down the road, they tend to skedaddle the other direction. I don't guess they trust me. And that's probably a good idea on their part. If it's deer season. Not right now, they're fine. I just take pictures of them. Alright, well, she's not the prettiest thing you ever saw. Still pretty thick. But I mean, she'll thin down. If those cracks over here don't get in my way. If they don't slow me down right there, that's really going to narrow it up about I don't know, that's probably at least 3/8 to, or 3/16 to 1/4 of an inch right there in the widest part. Some of it not so bad, but if that layer runs through there, it may take this hump off too. Who knows? But anyway, appreciate you watching. Thought I'd get another video in before I had to go to work and see what we made here. I didn't make much other than messing the floor. Made a pretty good mess. I just made a couple little bifaces, roughed in bifaces. Managed to save the color out of that little square piece. Only reason I even didn't throw it in the bucket was I wanted to see if that color was still in there. I bet if I heat treat that, I'll really get some color. That may be what I do to all of these. Throw them in the kiln or in a toaster oven and see what happens. Not toaster oven, turkey roaster. I'll get my brain on right one of these days. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. And if you get a chance, smack a rock.